The girls over at Power Pose asked me if I could do a little selfie video, I guess, about my PPN experience, or Power Pose experience. I cannot say enough positive things about the Power Pose program. The coaches are amazing. I personally have Michelle, and she is just the greatest, but I've talked a lot to Lexi too, and I know the other girls are just as great. So I guess where to start, when I started Power Pose, I was about 6-8 months postpartum with my daughter. Even before getting pregnant, I was not in the best spot physically. I wasn't eating, properly, and I was not working out consistently whatsoever. I'd work out here and there. After having Athena, I guess I had started a little postpartum workout program. Honestly, I did not stick with it. I feel like that's always kind of been my thing. I would start something and just not stick with it. Whether I was not eating enough, I wasn't seeing results, so I'd quit. Whatever it was, it just nothing has ever worked. So before PPM, I never was positively talking to myself when I look in the mirror. I wouldn't like what I saw. I was feeling sluggish. I mean, granted, I was postpartum, so that comes with a lot of that. But I wasn't, I guess the bottom line was I had a lot of negative self-talk about how I looked in the mirror. And honestly, I wasn't feeling good too. My energy was super low. And I just knew I needed to do something. So I guess my hesitation was starting. I don't think I had much. I had talked to a few people that were involved with Power Pose, and they couldn't say enough good things about it too. So I knew going into it, it was going to be a really good experience. I guess my only hesitation was that I was worried I wouldn't stick with it, and that it wouldn't be something that would work for me. You always see all these different programs and the before and after pictures, and that it works so well for people. I never thought it could be me. But here we are. So how about now with Power Pose? I guess July, I'll be a whole year with Power Pose. So since last July, I have improved my mental health so much, physical health. Obviously I have lost, I think, about a little bit over 20 pounds, which is amazing. But I think the biggest thing is just when I look in the mirror, I like what I see. I have no negative self-talk, which is really, really huge. I also feel just physically stronger. Consistently working out for a long time like that is amazing. It's amazing how it can make you feel. And just eating foods that I know are nourishing my body. I'm eating what my body needs to do needs to function on a daily basis. I just feel so much better. I have the better energy level. Even working as a nurse in the ER on the weekend nights, that messes up your body enough. But honestly, like, my energy levels are great. And I think a big thing is just knowing that I'm giving my body what it needs. I've learned a lot about better food quality choices, which is big too. Not just like the macro part of making sure I'm giving my body what it needs. I've also, let's see, what else did I write down? I also learned a lot about they use the word food freedom a lot, and really it's so true. You know, you set out your day with a certain like calorie goal, whether you're in a cut or maintenance or a reverse diet, whatever. You have the freedom to fill your day with, you know, I guess essentially whatever you want that'll fit within your goals. So there's no like, oh, you can't eat this. And I think that's a huge goal or a huge thing, because I used to look at food like, well, that's bad, I can't eat that. Or when you tell yourself that so much, then when you really want it, you eat a large amount of it. So I think that has been a huge win for me. I feel like, okay, well, this sounds really good for me to eat today, so I guess I will put that somewhere in my day and kind of work around that. And it's honestly worked really well for me. I've felt like I could be super consistent over the last year in what I'm doing with PPN, and I think that just goes to show, like, it's so doable. It works wonders. I mean, it will work for you, but you have to put in the work, and it's really great. Like I said, you'll be super supported. There's a huge community of both men and women going through this too. So I cannot, whenever anyone asks, I'm always so happy to tell them about Power Pose, because it's one of the best things I've ever chose to do, ever, for myself, for my husband, and my daughter. So yeah, I hope that can give a little insight kind of to my Power Pose experience. Yeah, thanks.